And good evening, everybody. Welcome here to Vype Live. You just heard the playing of our national anthem. We're here at George Stadium, right off of I-45, as we get ready for tonight's matchup between the MacArthur Generals and the Nimitz Cougars. Now, the Generals, they're coming in tonight 0-3 on the season, no wins so far. Most points they scored all season so far was 13 against a very tough Channelview opponent. And as far as Nimitz, second-year head coach Hammond has been got this team off to a hot start. Big-time air attack. They're 3-0, no losses on the year, and have completely dominated their matchups thus far. This is a district over between both ball clubs as we get ready for the coin toss right at the 50-yard line. As you hear the captains, Tavon Atkinson, Darian Blackshire, Ian Polk, and Caleb Delgado out at midfield for the Generals. And for the Cougars, led by their team captain, quarterback number 6, that's Albert Brown, sophomore quarterback. We'll hear about his name a lot tonight, as MacArthur will defer. And the Nimitz Cougars will receive. As you've been with us throughout this hot, sizzling summer here in Houston, Texas, anytime you get on 100 degrees, you got to love it. 91 degrees here for today for some good football. As the Nimitz Cougars will be in the white, and MacArthur will be in the black. Shout out to our Vype Media team. We have Caden on the 1s and 2s, and Malachi bring you all of the shots that you're going to see here tonight. Malachi, U of H grad, will be attending U of H here very soon. Wish him the well wishes. Back to return for the Cougars, Rashard Miles, and backup running back Javon Wright. And since Coach Hammond has taken over, Nimitz has completely turned their program around, and his number one goal here for the Cougars, as he said in the article back on the Arlington ISD website, he wants his athletes to have a 100% graduation rate. And he's well on his way here in the 2024 season. This is caught right at 35-yard time, brought down, and that's where the Cougars will start off. A little bit more on Coach Hammond. He played college football over at Texas Southern University. He was a head coach over at Port Arthur Memorial for 9 years and was offensive coordinator at Summer Creek briefly, and now making his way here at the Cougars, trying to turn his prominent program around. And a pistol. 1st and 10 at the 35. And he's going to hand this one off, and he dashes it forward for a minimal gain. Stopped at the 36-yard line. That is number 21 on the carry, Landon Jenkins, one of the few seniors you will see on his offense. Look out, Malachi Goss is in. He's going to line up on the outside, one of the more dangerous receivers here for Nimitz. Big play potential, free play, and they're going to Gus is off the top. And why did he stop? It's a free play. And they're going to stop the ball here. Malachi Gus is all of 6'4", 4'5", 4'4" guy. Scary part, only a sophomore. Still has room to grow and develop. And they're going to get 5 yards on the encroachment by the Generals. Here's Brown. Says Augustus on the jet sweep, and he's going to hand it off. Augustus gets some blocks, turns corner, and picks up the first down and much more down at the 33-yard line. And a huge gain on the play. That's Coach Hammond, as he did at Summit Creek. He has brought the up-tempo offense here to Nimitz. Quickly to the line, swings it out, back to Augustus, third touch of the night. And he is brought down after a gain of 8. And MacArthur, they had a pretty tough start to the year, but district opener, things could turn around for this ball club very quickly here. Here's Brown. He's going to hand his own read off to Jenkins, and Jenkins dashes forward, picks up just enough for the first down as the Cougars will move the chains. Now they will start off at the 23, trips at the bottom of your screen. Brown in the gun. Brown. And he's going to hand this one off. This is Bradford Miles, and he is just stopped for a negative gain on the play as the Generals swarm to the football, led by senior linebacker Jafane Salake. And I do apologize if I mispronounced his name. And that's going to make it a 2nd and 18 here for the Cougars. Brown takes the snap. Rolls out to his left. He throws this pretty high, but this is caught, brought down. What a catch, Malachi Augustus. And you can see here early on the connection between Brown and Augustus. It's a special connection. Albert Brown also only a sophomore. Here's a counter play to the right side, and that is 8 up in the backfield by the Generals. That's number 52, Cortland Martin, sophomore defensive tackle. And that's going to be a 4th and 6. 4th and 4 here for the Cougars. And the aggressive play calling here by Hammond on display. Pistol formation, trips up top. One-on-one coverage for Keelan Washburn. Takes the snap. And Brown. He's going to dump this one off to the tight end, and this is going to come up to the spot. Now he's going to be stopped just short. And the Generals defense stands tall. And MacArthur will take over at the 17. Now this Generals offense so far had a struggle to the start of the year. So far, only 33 points on the season through 3 games. They look to turn it around. And the lead a charge here for the Generals starting quarterback, Derek McNeil right now in at quarterback. And this play is stopped in the backfield for a loss of 3. Good read there by Jalen Bradley. Here we are, 2nd and 12 for the Generals. High snap, gets it under control, and McNeil cuts up field. McNeil showing off the burst and the speed, gets all the way down to the 45-yard line. And the officials going to say he was down on the play. And that could be the spark that Generals need to get the offense going. And we're going to hold on here. There's some laundry on the field back at the 16-yard line. And they're going to back this one all the way back. And something you like to see here in Texas, it is homecoming here for MacArthur. One of the more traditions. So, see a lot of moms and everyone's showing their school colors and school pride here for homecoming night. So it's going to bring it all the way back to the 8-yard line as the Generals will start at the 8. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. Timeout charge to the Generals. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Vype Live. And welcome back here to Vype Live. Second and 16 for the Generals. And change the quarterback, and he throws nearly picked off by the Cougars. That was Rayon Bynum getting his hands on it. As you see in the ad, if you're a student athlete or if you love media, visit Vype Live and put in your application today, as Vype Live is continuing to grow. And if you have a passion to be in the sports media, sign up and become a part of the team. Also, all you watching us on YouTube, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for continuous coverage here, brought to you by Vype Live. We have you covered for all sports, fall, spring, winter. Here's McNeil, speed option, and that is quickly taken down there by the Cougars. And the late flag comes out here by the official. As we're in the halfway mark here in the first quarter, 5:56 to go. Still 0-0 ball game. And I like to say these are very nice facilities here at Spring ISD. Can't miss it coming down 45 right there on the right side, and looks very good coming up to the stadium. Very welcoming staff as well. And it's going to bring on a punting unit. Back to return is Augustus. Here's a punt. High snap. Nearly blocked. And this is going to be just enough. Had a Cougar start out right at the 41-40 yard line. There's a 31-yard punt there by the Generals. And as you've seen on the first drive for the Cougars, got the ball right at the 35-yard line. Was able to push it pretty good distance. Got stopped right at the 12. Just couldn't punch it in. As the offense comes back, starting left tackle Jacoby Burns, left guard Phillip Hudson, and that center you're going to see Kaylon Williams, right guard Albert Jones, and at the right tackle Tristan Williams. They do a great job of protecting their sophomore quarterback Albert Brown. Here's Brown, spread out left, finds his target. This is caught. This is Williams on a reception as he's able to pick up 12 on the play. So far 4-6 here for Brown. 1st and 10. Quick pass out to Augustus. Good blocking on the perimeter, but good open field tackle there by the Generals. And it's going to be 2nd and 6 here. Jenkins to the right. And hands this one off to the tailback. That is not Jenkins. That's Omar Thomas, the junior running back, getting some action here. As he picks up a gain of 2. So they're going to call that gain of 4 officially. Critical 3rd and 1 here. And they're going to hand this one off again, and makes a couple guys miss. Dragging defenders, and he's able to get inside the goal line. As that was a gain of 15 there by Thomas. Here's Brown, sprints out, quarterback pass. He tries to power this one in, but to no avail. Stopped right at the 4-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd and goal. As there's a holding call here on the Cougars. They're going to back and back 10 yards. Costly penalties on both sides of the football. First and goal. 18 yards till they're in the end zone. Tight formation. Brown. He's going to take this one himself as he's able to dash ahead. And he's going to be stopped right at the 8-yard line. And back for a 2nd and goal. Back in the gun. It's right down. Nimitz starting to take their time. And they're going to hand this one out. Bounce to the outside. Gets into the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Cougars. Javian Wright punching it into the end zone. And that's going to make it 6-0 for the Cougars. And that drive started at the 31-yard line. Big play to the outside to Augusta. Was able to pick up a nice screen, pick up 4 yards on the play, and just continue to move the ball down the field. Also, DeAndre Williams caught an 11-yard reception on that drive as well. And to cap it off, Javian Wright punching it into the end zone. As the PAT was good, as it make it 7-0 here for the Cougars. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. You'll watch it. Vype Live. And welcome back here to Vype Live. And thank you for all of you who are watching us on the YouTube or the website. As the Cougars was able to capitalize on the great field position, punching it in for a 31-yard drive. Minor setback with the 10-yard holding penalty. A good running and dual threat ability by Brown. Cougars are upset. Here's a pooch kick. High in the sky. Now the Cougars, they have a shot. Still in the air. And players collide and General is down. He's going to pop back up. It's one of the more dangerous plays in football, but the Cougars close to recovering that one. Now the Generals are going to start things off at the 27-yard line. Back. .245 to the second quarter. Here's McNeil. Another quarterback power play, and he takes a shot there. Big hit. That's James Martin, senior linebacker here for Nimitz. That Michigan helmet, I like it. It's very nostalgic here for the Cougars. As Manil's going to take another quarterback run here, and again just taking shots after shots here by this very physical defense. That was Javar Thomas coming in flying in, just making a tackle. Third and 5. There's McNeil. And he's going to get a fake jet sweep. Goes long with it. Little hand fight on the outside. No call here by the official. And good coverage by the Cougars. And that was Javon Hicks in coverage. As Nimitz last year had one of the more dominant defense, was able to send one of the senior defensive backs off to Rice Huff. He's one of the more physical players here in Aldine ISD. As this punt goes out of bounds. So the Cougars, they're going to start it off right at the 31-yard line. 69 yards to go till they're in the end zone. High snap. Pressure from the middle and able to go up and grab that one and bring it down. And he fumbles it, and it goes out of bounds in favor of the Cougars. Dangerous play there. That was Keelan Washington, junior wide receiver. Very young wide receiving core, also as well as a quarterback. A lot of freshmen and sophomores across the field. Here we are. They're going to run Brown here to the strong side, and he gets upfield and able to pick up close to a first down. And they're going to mock him out right at the 40-yard line. This is a completely different Nimitz offense than what we're accustomed seeing. It used to be more of a physical ground and pound type of ball club. Now, spread offense, throw it all over the field. Coach Hammond leaving his mark. And physical run, it gets to the outside, has a blocker, and he's bounced out of bounds. Again, Omar Thomas. Powerful running here, as the Cougars do it by a running back of committee. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 28. Trips up top. Brown. He's going to hand this one off. Good blocking on the outside. Turn on the Jets. Miles. As he is not on a play of 18 yards. First and goal. Cougars. Offense heating up here. Already inside the red zone. Here's a counter play. Miles got the blocks as he is escorted to the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. 69-yard drive here by the Cougars as they done it on the ground and through the air, and they're going to make it 13-0. Here's Painto. Tipped in the PAT. And the PAT is good. 14-0. Cougars dominate. You're watching Vype Black. And we're back here at Vype Live. I'm J.J. Williams. As it is 6 minutes. 6 seconds till we start the second quarter. And here's a kickoff by the Cougars. And it's going to roll his way all the way back to the end zone for a touchback. As Generals probably have one play. And so far it's been all McNeil, but McNeil has also been taking a beating. Those aren't the funnest games for any quarterback. Yeah, they're first and 10 for the Generals. Empty backfield. Extra tight end to help block as he gets this one out, but nowhere to go. Just they're going to get him forward progress, gain of 2 on the play for the Generals. And that'll be the end of one. The Cougars lead this one 14-0 as the Generals trying to get their offense and season turned around here in district play. Stay tuned. You're watching Vype Live. Testing 1 2, mic check. And welcome back here to Vype Live as we get ready to start the second quarter. And not to start, that the Cougars warning, it's going to be a big sack on the play and a loss of 6 for the Cougars. Here we are, 3rd and 16 here for the Generals. He's going to keep it, has some space, has some speed, and he stopped. After a gain of 11 on the play, it's going to set up for a 4th and 4. Again, Derek McNeil also plays defensive back, one of the better athletes on the Generals. As we're going to get a timeout on the field by MacArthur. And we'll take a timeout with him. You're watching Vype Live. Here we are, fourth and 1 here for the Generals. As we're going to try to hard count. And a discipline by the Generals, by the Cougars, as they pounce on McNeil and stop him. And it's going to be a turnover of downs here for the Cougars. They're going to start things off at the 31. As the Cougars are going to start off at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Brown. So far, no passing or rushing touchdowns to start the game. Avoids a defender as he tries to dash upfield and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Darian Fletcher on the tackle. Here we are for 2nd and 10. Trips at the bottom. Brown gets a play action. This is nearly intercepted. No, it's intercepted by the Generals. And Albert Brown comes away with it. A big turnover for the Generals. And that is a turnover that the Generals needed. And it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Cougars right at the 21-yard line. McNeil. It's going to keep it again. And that time stopped. Rule the jungle. There by number 5 other Cougars. That's James Martin. .26 to go in the second. So far, the Cougars been dominating this game. So far, 31-yard drive in the first quarter, and also to end the first quarter, another 69-yard drive. And right now, their defense trying to step up after the turnover. Here's McNeil, escapes the pocket, cuts upfield, runs over a defender, as he has been all over the field. Mr. Do-It-All for the Generals. Is not containing. See if Coach Hammond and the defense start to make adjustments. Here's another snap. Here's McNeil. He's going to take off and dash ahead again for a gain of 8. Derek McNeil just putting the team on his shoulders. So far, best drive of the half so far for the Generals. It's been all McNeil. Second and 1. And he's going to hand this one off to his tailback. And more physical running here for the Generals. This is a Jalik Silver. on the carry. First down for the Generals. Ball at the 43-yard line. Trips up top. One receiver at the bottom of your screen. High snap. McNeil keeps it. Cuts up. And again, just dominating, utilizing his legs to keep the General offense alive. And welcome back here, Vype Live, second quarter, 7:06 to go in the second, 1st and 10 for the Generals. Makes a pack of Cougars miss, and he's ready to pick up a gain of 5. And they're going to call it 6 officially. So far, 5 carries alone on this drive for McNeil, and that's more than Justin Fields have had all season long. There's McNeil, trips at the bottom. Man, that's going to be ate up in the backfield by the Cougars. Brian James, the senior defensive lineman, able to make a play. Third and 5. Again, this is homecoming night for the Generals. Stay tuned during the halftime performance. You're going to see homecoming King and Queen, be crowned tonight. Here's McNeil, roll out to the right, feels the pressure, and just to get rid of it, throws it out of bounds. As McNeil, he just, I'm not saying he's this type of player, but just from up on the press box, just has that Kyler Murray type feel to him, just a small, dangerous with his legs. Fourth and 5, aggressive play call. Offense coordinator Darren Trevino staying aggressive. Here's McNeil. He's going to keep it. Tries to get to the outside and takes another shot. He's going to lean forward on the play, and that's going to be close to a first down. As McNeil, he's slow to get up after that one, as he is taking some physical shots here in the first 2 quarters of the ball game. First down for the Generals. Here's the snap. He's going to hand this one off, and wow, just depleted there. Julian Ponce on the carry. And the Generals The Cougars saying they got it on a fumble recovery, and they do. Wow, that is just gut-wrenching for MacArthur. And no, they're going to say no turnover. He was down. He was called down there by the outside official. A gasp of fresh air here for the Generals. Split backfield, looks left. Penalty comes out. And this is caught by the Generals. McNeil on the reception. And that is a gain of 8 here for the Generals. Here we are, third to go. McNeil dashes ahead for the Generals, and that is a touchdown. McNeil willing his team all the way to the end zone, accumulated well over 50 yards on that drive alone in rushing as he put the Generals on his back and the captain on his chest. A minute and 30 to go here. Big drive for MacArthur to make this a one-score game. And PAT is good. Down by a touchdown. The General said we're not going anywhere. But for Vype Live, we'll be right back. Stay tuned as we have a good one on our hands, folks. here to Vype Live, and a big hit laid there by the General, stopped at the 35-yard line and nearly returned. That was Gavin Carey able to catch that one. So for the sophomore quarterback, Albert Brown, he's going to start off right at the 36-yard line. And stay tuned as in the second half, we'll listen to Caden Lebazanski on the call. And this is fumbled by the Cougars, still on the turf. The Generals. Ball's on it, and it's going to be the Generals football. That is a turn of events here for the Cougars. And the energy in the stadium erupts here at George Stadium. Maybe it's something in the air, homecoming night. But right now, the Generals have completely turned the tide here in the second quarter. Not the game that Nimitz thought they'd have here tonight. Let's give kudos to these Generals. They came to ball. Tough, tough out of conference schedule. The last loss to Kingwood Park was only by 8 points. And they played two playoff teams in Cypress Lakes and Channelview. Here's McNeil, minute 14, high snap. He's going to keep this one, and he is just met. I mean, that was a physical tap on the outside by the Cougars. Tomorrow's still a Friday night here. I mean, tomorrow's a Friday for McNeil, but I've got to get this kid in the ice bath. Clock team winds down, 40 seconds to go, 2nd and 11. High snap again. And that high snap has been caused a little disarray here for the Generals, as McNeil was able to make something positive out of that one. MacArthur right now out of timeouts, and they're going to spike it very quickly with 19 seconds to go. That's going to bring up 4th down here. Pretty sure the coaching staff wanted McNeil to take some more time off the clock. Was a penalty on the field now. 3:11 to go. Clock is still ticking. Eight seconds. Here's a snap. McNeil looks to the end zone. This is going to be picked off, and this is an opportunity for the Cougars. Gets a block. Down to 50. He has an entourage. All the way. Touchdown. Pick 6. Amar Bailey. 101-yard interception return. As that is completely opposite of what they wanted there from MacArthur. But this one could be coming back. There was a big hit. Right at the 38-yard line. Wow, this could be coming back. This could be coming off the board. Bishop just put the flag in his pocket. Still like to talk this one over. They're gonna call blocking the back. Still a little confused here on the official call. Alright, if they picked up the flag, then MacArthur, Nimitz should still be kicking the point, the PAT. Or at least they should have a dead ball play. Either way it goes, that's not the end of the first half. Blocking back. Ability cannot end a game or a half. There has to be a play afterwards, unless it is the fourth quarter and the winning team commits a penalty while they're up, or while they're scoring. Here we are. Here's Brown. This one off. That is just stopped in the backfield. No gain on the play. Now we're in the half. And so far, MacArthur doing all they can to make a game out of it. They're down right now 14-7 to the Nimitz Cougars. Stay tuned for the halftime show as we have homecoming here at George Stadium for MacArthur. And we'll be back. Enjoy halftime.
Okay.
Alright, so when you want to come back, you're going to turn this up.
If you top right corner?
Top right corner.
And righty to go higher?
Gotta go left. It's upside down for real, bro. So you just go put it, at 6 o'clock, and you'll be good to go. But yeah, man, it's simple. Just have fun with it. You use these notes wherever. I try to get as much information as I can. I use Max Sports. I also use Dave Campbell's.
Okay.
It's like a little hour of research.
I've been asking around about what's the best resources for me to do some homework for high school football teams, like the rosters and stuff.
Yeah, Max Preps and Dave Campbell's. Now, Campbell's, you're not gonna get any rosters. You have to subscribe to it or get the magazine. But like, you'll get like, okay, if there's any D1 commits in this game, which this game is not. There's no Division One players, or any guys that signed or committed or getting scouted. You also learn a little bit more of the history of each coaching staff. And,
That's cool.
Yeah, so max preps, you get videos. I haven't seen McNeil at all on MacArthur videos. So I'm like, who is this guy? They had some other guy playing quarterback. Best couple games. I read that. Oh yeah. Sometimes they have food up here.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
perk.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of good perks. Like, not really this one, but you go to one like in Beaumont. They feed you. You get a sandwich when you get a sandwich when you get there, like a regular little turkey cheese sandwich with some chips, and then halftime they will bring up some full barbecue beef,
Dang.
some potato chips. Boy, I be getting so fat. That's why I picked up most of this weight. I didn't look like this before I started working up here. For real, they feed you good. And then they got like Fort Bend, they give you Chick-fil-A. Like it's good for that.
Wait, they be giving you food?
Oh yes sir. See this one we ain't got food at this one.
Yeah.
Well, like I was telling you in Beaumont, you'll get a sandwich when you get up there. And then you like a turkey and cheese sandwich, and then you'll get like a full beef barbecue sandwich at halftime. That's why I picked up all this weight. Some schools they get Chick-fil-A, you get nachos, you get chill.
Bro, I was trying to say how I could get into like the Vype's media team.
The media team?
Yeah.
You could just let what's that kid's name? I forgot his name. But he be at the office a lot. He like a little chunky dude.
Oh, chunky white dude.
Yeah.
He.
Josh. I think it's Josh. I don't know. But you get in good with him, you'll get on the media team.
That's gonna be my main focus.
Media, like editing, highlights, and everything like that.
Yeah, bro. This one is right here.
I can trust to see those last three.
Yeah, Sarspring University, Jersey Village.
Send that to the Alright, I'm gonna get you connected with them. Cause they can use this. Oh, that edit was sick.
My guy, Texas Jan, he got like different angles, but I edited the whole video. And then he edited this video right here.
Which, do you use Adobe or
I used DaVinci.
DaVinci?
I got a drone, I got all of that stuff. I'm gonna turn.
can put some of this stuff on TikTok. That's a tall dude from he like 7'1".
Yes, I think.
Damn. Yeah. Send your videos. Have you showed them your videos?
No, I tried to tell the Indian dude. I think I tried to tell him, and like I guess he thought I was talking about like going to schools and making hype videos.
He had like glasses or something.
I got a video dropping on I don't know if you know this kid, T. Bartley. He played for LeBron's.
Oh yeah. He was that one that was like taller than LeBron. Like it was like 3-4 years ago when Bronny was there, right? Yeah.
They got a video dropping soon. I got some other people.
Oh, you collab.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you looking for something in the summertime too?
I'm looking for something. Like I was supposed to when I was going off to school in Oregon. I was gonna be an internship with Nike. I met some connections and shit when I get with Nike. But then I changed career. Well, I changed colleges. And I'm going to UOH. So I'm doing an internship with them. Right now I'm doing an internship with this church that I go to as well. I love it.
That's awesome.
And then right now I'm the media director for a young adult football program. And then I got this and then my stuff that I do, my LLC and all that. So I can get media passes and all that for games. I just need credentials.
I can.
I'm not gonna cause I already know people and stuff like that, but I know sometimes they be tripping.
Yeah.
If I ever go to that game, I just probably use the Vype tag or something.
Yeah. The Vype this tag is. I went to the game for free.
Sure.
Bro, just shoot me an email, and I'll shoot it to Josh. And then there's another network I work for called Texas Sports Productions.
Sure.
They mostly do their broadcast for Channel 2, KBRC2. You get connected with them, you get to go. I think you called me earlier.
Oh yeah.
I had missed that exit coming down 45. Well, I didn't miss the exit. I got on. Like I went all the way down. I was all the way back down. All the way back out. She took me back out to 45. I'm mad as hell.
Bro, I had a flat tire earlier. I was so aggravated. It was my first flat. And it's a busy weekend. A really busy weekend. I gotta go to a Side Creek game tomorrow and film for them. Then I gotta go to AAU tournament Saturday. Then I gotta what's their names? I had a football game after that, like later in the day. But
It's a busy football season, man. It's really a good time to really make some good money.
And I know football is probably the best thing to like get growth for like your stuff.
Especially in the state.
Yes. Bro, I'm not from Texas. I'm from Philly.
You from Philly? Yeah. East Coast? I should have. Man, when I was in the Navy, I had a bunch of friends that was from Philly.
These seeing these stadiums and stuff like that is crazy.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, man.
Bro, I played for Side Creek when I first got here. Then I transferred to Luther North my senior year, and I was playing basketball and football there, and running track.
Oh, you did all three sports? Okay.
It was crazy. We was bad in football my senior year, but basketball, it was. Cause I know the previous year before I came there, we made it to round 2 or round 3 for state, and we lost. But our girls, we was back-to-back state champs.
Hayden Creek?
For Luther North.
Luther North.
Yeah. That's where I transferred from my senior year. Side Creek's up.
Okay, yes, I caught a couple of their games. They tough.
Almost all the good players I was at Creek, they left. We got Carson, my boy CJ, he left, he went to Westfield, he committed to Texas. I did a video for him actually. This kid right here. Just ran through these niggas' faces, literally. He committed to
they played Hot Tower not too long ago, right? Yeah, I was at that game.
What did he commit to? Yeah, Texas A&M. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I remember.
No, Texas State University.
Oh shit, still he live.
He committed, and he's still getting O's right now. Then the Twins, they went to Cy Springs. There was two twins that was at Cy Creek. They went to Cy Springs. Now they 3 stars.
Ooh.
Then Brad Jackson, he left.
The quarterback?
Everybody left.
Dang, he was nice.
I know.
He was nice.
He a 3-star right now, or he a 4-star now. Everybody left, and they got.
God. Cause I remember, I think I did a game last year. I'm like, yo, these dudes, they not bad. And then that's crazy they all left. I remember Brad Jackson. That boy was cold.
I know. He was playing since a
Number
freshman.
7, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Freshman, starting QB. He was crazy.
Dang.
He got some crazy O's. I think he in San Antonio now. He left. Everybody got tired of Creed. They got tired of the coaches. They had the chance of their sophomore or junior year, and now they 3-star, 4 stars.
That's good. Well, it's better for those kids, you know, for them to get into like a a good school or better their future. And let one person stop you. Especially some of these coaches, man, selfish.
In between.
I went to act because this kid.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a homecoming edition of Thursday Night Football here with the MacArthur Generals playing the Nimitz Cougars. Cougars are up by a touchdown score as we approach the third quarter. And it will be the Generals trailing by 7 receiving the ball to start the second half. The Cougars should feel fortunate to only be trailing 7 in this one, as the first half ended with a crazy pick 6 that got called back on a penalty flag. So this game's still within striking distance. Here's the kickoff. It's up, batted around, and MacArthur will secure it at the 19-yard line.
And Caden, what a drive in the first half there for MacArthur between McNeil and Ponce. The big 65-yard drive, and now they have an opportunity here to tie up this ball game, Caden.
Absolutely. It'll be a long field for MacArthur, but it is within a possibility for them to tie. Here's the snap. Flipped outside right. And nice running play there. Almost will move the chains, but not quite.
Yeah, that was a quick pitch to Ponce, and as you can see from the Nimitz defenders, they just had over pursuit and got themselves out of position and able to pick up 11 yards on the play. Big play here for MacArthur as they continue to pick up where they left off there in the first half.
Nice play call there to open up the half. Here's the snap. Another running play. This one won't bear as successful, but it will be a short gain.
Short gain there by MacArthur, but good job here by the offensive line. You see the center guard combo getting on that defensive tackle, driving themselves to the linebacker, and that's just the foundation of every running offense here in Houston.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for MacArthur. Here's the snap. Scrambling outside the pocket, steps up, and throws it incomplete.
Yeah, that time, good job there bringing the pressure by the Cougars coming in from the outside blitz. But good job by McNeil, able to evade the pressure, step up in the pocket, and then Little got that one off, Caden. That was a close reception by the Generals.
That was close. Pressure was looming from Nimitz's defense on that one. I agree, that was a good play by the quarterback just to get rid of the ball there. Here's 3rd and 8. And on a quarterback keeper, they will manage to gain a few more yards. But that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, key 4th down here for the Generals as McNeil and Ponce looked like there was a little tug there, a late read, just couldn't make his decision if he wanted to give or keep on the running back there. And it's going to bring on 4th down for the Generals. Malachi, and this one goes up in the air. And that's going to be a 8-yard punt. As the Cougars going to take over at the 41-yard line.
All right. Here's the Nimitz Cougars with their first possession of the second half. Be a running play. And it goes nowhere, no gain.
Yeah, good job here by the linebacker core of the Generals. Just able to fill the lane, get back there, and make a play. They have been good in open field tackling, Caden. They haven't really let Nimitz the ability to really just break loose on any big runs. Very impressive here by the Generals defense.
I agree. We'll see what the Generals can cook up here on 2nd and 10 on defensive side of things. See if they can get a stop here. Here's a deep throw!
Oh!
And incomplete! Taking a deep shot down the field. Unsuccessful, but had a man wide open.
Yeah, Brown, plenty of time in the pocket, stepped up, felt the pressure from the left side, and he had Phillips coming in on a post route, just couldn't corral it in there, Caden, and that was a explosive, near explosive play for the Cougars.
It most certainly was. That'll bring up a 3rd down here. Third and 10. It's up. Oh! Great play on defense there by the Cougars.
Yeah, good job there by the Cougars in that secondary. Verticals play on the right side there for Nimitz. Just couldn't connect between Brown and McNeil on that pass attempt. See if that's Kalon Washburn. Check this out, Kate. They're going for it.
Offensive unit staying out on the field on 4th and 10. Perhaps a free play. There's a flag on the field. But
high stepping into the end zone. I think we all see that one. That's a touchdown for the Cougars. And Washburn able to answer. And Caden, what a strike there from the Cougars.
An absolute dart, taking advantage of the free play and getting 6 points out of him.
A lot of excitement on the field from the Cougars. They look to spoil homecoming night here for MacArthur. And PAT is good. And that is 21-7, 8:25 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching Vype Live.
Welcome back to Vype Live. You just saw a big explosive play by the Cougars, extending their lead to 14 over the Generals. But the Generals have 8 minutes and some change left in this third quarter to try and make a comeback in this one.
Yeah, they have plenty of time, Caden. As the Generals, we've seen in that first half, they was able to put together a very impressive drive. A lot of McNeil running, speed option, quarterback power, and then he was able to finally punch it in on the right side here. So they could take their time off, make it another one-score game, put that pressure back on the Cougars. And we've seen that all night, Caden, here with Nimitz. This little like, it's like they're trying to do like a little fake punt, like a fake onside kick. Keep an eye on
Absolutely.
that.
Ooh.
As Ponce with a very impressive return here for the Generals.
Very impressive. Gets that ball to the 40. But yes, going back to the special teams thing you mentioned earlier, I know what you mean about Nimitz. They've been doing these sky kicks and making attempts on the ball.
Yeah, sky kicks, and they nearly recovered one early in the first quarter, Caden. And also what they do is right before they kick it, they all hurry up, break the huddle, they run to the line, and they kind of throws off your timing a little bit, and they finally come away and kick it. Who knows, they might try an onside kick later on.
It's the Generals staying on the ground here. Managing a couple.
And that's what it's going to be about here on this drive for the Generals. Just stay ahead of the chains, making sure you're picking up yardage. Nice 3-yard gain, getting your offensive lineman firing off. That's what you want. Man, try to answer back with a big play touchdown by the Cougars.
Here's the Cougars on second down, staying on schedule. It's going to be a quarterback run. And it'll be a positive gain here for another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, okay, you see McNeil that time reading the third man off the line of scrimmage. That's how you run a read option. Anytime that defensive end crashes down or goes upfield, you just keep it, get upfield, and you try to hit your head on the goalpost. And that was a nice gain there by McNeil. As the Cougars couldn't stop the Generals for a first down here, as Ponce lowers his shoulders and picks up a yard.
The Generals, with that first down, are approaching the other side of the field now. Still driving here. See if they might take a deep shot here. They elect to run it again, and we'll get a couple more yards.
As I was saying, Caden, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So far, the quarterback run here with McNeil has always resulted in a positive yardage for the Generals. So it's going to be something they're going to continue to lean on as the game continues on here in the third quarter.
Here's a second down for the Generals. Here's the snap. And another run play. Once again, read option. Outside left. Moves the ball forward for a couple more yards.
Yeah, that time McNeil, he again, there's like this little delay between him and Ponce on the handoff, but McNeil wants it. He believes in himself, and he's going to get this MacArthur ball club in great field position.
Five minutes, 10 seconds, and counting down here in the third quarter. Here's a 3rd and 5 for the Generals. And another keeper swallowed up behind the line.
As you see there, Kate, that mesh, that delayed mesh is going to eventually come back to bite the Generals. It's a bites them there, and they got to try to speed up that mesh a little bit to get a better flow of their offense.
The Cougars did not seem fooled by that play call at all and seemed quite prepared.
Yeah, this defense is, this is the more experienced unit of here for the Nimitz Cougars on the offense. Got a lot of sophomores and juniors. This defense, that whole back end, whole secondary is nothing but seniors. So it's tough to fool this unit.
Here's the punt. And it takes a nice general bounce at the 15, where the Nimitz Cougars will get the ball back. Well, Gentry, you get the feeling here that the Cougars could, I wouldn't say put this game on ice with a score, but make things very difficult.
Yeah, they can make things
the
very
Generals.
uncomfortable and difficult here for the Generals, as they're going to go with the trips. He's going to hand this off out at the bottom, still on his feet.
Wow.
Struggling out to finish.
Showing toughness here.
Okay, he didn't hit the turf.
Did not go down at all.
he was running like he had a point to prove.
That is one young, hard man to bring down right there.
General was able to walk off. On his own power. Late substitution here for the Generals. Multiple players coming onto the field. Here's Augustus 4-4.
Wide open. He's at the 30, the 20, and gets tackled inside the 10. Big gain for the Cougars.
Wow. Okay, look at, here's a penalty, and so far for the Cougars, it's just been big play. Just keeps bringing it back.
Both, if this stands against the Cougars, both big plays they've had would be overturned based on penalties.
Now, we're going to wait to see the official word. Personal foul. So one of the offensive linemen grabbed the face mask. Wow, that's just a tough penalty, Caden.
It
That's
sure
a big
is.
play.
Erases a nearly 80-yard gain.
Yeah, that's this moment where the offensive lineman, the senior on that offensive line just had to rally the guys together, like, come on, we can't let our weapons down like that. Let's play good disciplined football here.
So the penalty against Nimitz will back them up to the 10, where they'll have a shot here at 2nd and 16. Throw. Good for a 17 to 18-yard gain.
Yeah, good for a 17 to 18-yard game, but there's another penalty on the field here by the bottom official, the line judge, using that area that can result in holding. I was doing a illegal man downfield. Wow. Just the offensive line here for Nimitz. They're just a little miscombobulated.
Unforced errors.
Yeah, unforced errors. What a great scene here at Georgia Stadium, Caden. It's homecoming night. Got some good football here on a Thursday night. Beautiful weather.
Beautiful
compared
weather
to what
indeed.
We had throughout the summer I remember I used to get in my car, okay, and then about 110 degrees, felt like I was melting on the inside, man. It was terrible.
It is a nice, beautiful night here to enjoy some football action with us on Vype Live. Running play for Nimitz. Just trying to get some real estate.
Good job here by the general linebackers. That time just swarming to the football, making a play.
This would be a big stop for the Cougars if they manage to get the ball back here on this third down.
So far for
Hold
the
them.
Generals, 2 big plays. Excuse me, the Cougars.
And pass incomplete.
Yeah, that time Augustus just couldn't get to the spot. It's gonna be a 3 and out, but Kate, we've seen a big 15-yard play wiped out and a big 80-yard play wiped out. And for any offense, that's just tough.
That is tough. They're still holding on to a 14-point lead, but you'd like to take advantage of the situations you just had.
Yeah.
We'll see if the Generals can capitalize as they return.
Yeah, I've been very impressed here with the Generals tonight. Coming in 0-3, most points they scored all year long was 13 points, which was in their last game. And right now, they're finding that momentum, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, district play, a couple of games under your belt. So we start seeing teams making big improvements.
Fair catch called for, but the ball bounces further and takes a Cougar bounce.
Yeah, that was pretty close there for MacArthur. You kind of want to stay away from that ball in that type of situation, Kate.
Mm.
I've seen situations where, you know, you run into it and it can be Nimitz ball.
Absolutely. The last thing you need when you're trying to climb back from a comeback is special teams errors.
Yeah, that was those would be the tough ones.
But the Cougars will get the ball back at their own 33.
And what a night so far, Katie, for McNeil. The dual threat quarterback. Legs, arm. So far just carrying this MacArthur offense.
Absolutely. Wow.
McNeil.
Tucking it, running upfield. McNeil inside the 20. And gets pushed out of bounds. Just outside the 10. Big time gain.
And I'll tell you, McNeil, he just looked like he ran out of gas there. It's easy. Probably gonna need some pickle juice. Look like he's cramping up a little bit. Give him some pickle juice. And that was an electric run, Kate. What a big time play by McNeil.
Absolutely. I think that was the biggest play MacArthur has had all night.
And he's trying to make it to the sideline. As they're going to have a timeout on the field, Caden. We're going to take a timeout with them. Generals threatening here on Vype Live.
Welcome back to Vype Live. It's the Cougars threatening in the red zone, and they get swallowed up on the first rush attempt.
Yeah, that time McNeil still on the sideline, getting hydrated, trying to get some fluids and some sodium back in his body. That was a negative play there for the Generals. CK, we used to keep pickle juice on the sideline back when I played. And anytime you cramped up, I tell you, take a good cup of that pickle juice, you won't cramp up for the rest of the game. Happened to me twice now. I stand by it.
We'll see what the Generals can do here on second down. High snap. Given outside. Still on his feet. And takes it to the 6.
A good patient running there by Ponce. Able to bounce that one to the outside. But the pursuit from these Cougars linebackers has just been tremendous all night. But again, 3rd and 5 here for the Generals. Opportunity to pick up a first down. They still have 4 downs to pick up a touchdown.
And it looks like that'll wrap up things here in the 3rd quarter. Thank you for watching Vype Live.
Welcome back here to Vype Lives. Here on Vype Live, as you guys watch us on YouTube. The Generals, 3rd and goal, 3rd and 3. Run by McNeil and nowhere to go that time, Caden.
Several Cougar defenders there for the smash and stop.
What a play there.
It's decision time for the Generals, as this will bring up 4th down.
And it looks like the Generals tried on their field goal unit. Interesting call here, Caden, but they're going to take the 3, and they're going to put the trust in their defense here to get a stop on the Cougars.
Their defense has proven to make a couple big stops tonight. We'll see if placing their faith there is right. Here's the kick. And it gets through the uprights.
Oh, he is money. That was smooth through the upright. He is money. And that's the confidence you like to have in your kicker there. Just be able to knock it down from 38-yard lines to 30 yards. As that's going to make an 11-point ball game.
Welcome back to Vype Live. As MacArthur just trimmed the lead to 11, Cougars are lining up for the kick return back.
And Okay, we was talking during the break. You said the special teams unit, has been making a big difference in the game.
Yes, I believe so. We'll see what the Generals elect to do here on special teams, but high kick it is. Hauled in at the 29-yard line.
Now, this Cougars offense is more of a rate attack, Caden, and they really haven't shown that they like to run the football. They have punched it in 2 times with the rushing attack, but they're more of an air raid offense.
Mm-hmm.
And now they need to slow the game down to put this game, pretty much on ice, as you said earlier. But will they stay aggressive, Caden? Will they continue to put it in the air? We're going to see here on this next coming drive.
We'll see what they elect to do, but I would think most coaches would run the ball in situations like this to drain clock.
Yeah.
But that's, as you mentioned, not their identity. So we'll see what they elect to do. Run up the middle. Open space. Still on his feet. He's at the 40. The 30. He's still going. And tackled at the 15. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Big play for the Cougars there.
That's Omar Thomas. And for those of you guys that still play, man, that was a little arm bar he put on one of the MacArthur Cougars to spring them forward. What a big run.
Big time play. Sets the Cougars up in the red zone. Here we are. Trying to push the tempo. Flags start coming out.
Yeah, they try to push the tempo. Also, Augustus lined up at quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Maybe a wildcat formation, just a little bit out of rhythm.
Malachi Augustus lined up at quarterback, as was mentioned. Here he is with it. Keeping it for himself. Still staying on his feet. Trying to find room and gets swallowed up for a negative play.
As Augustus is able to walk up after that play. Good sportsmanship there by MacArthur.
You love to see that.
Yeah.
We hope Malachi Augustus is okay. He looks a little banged up. Big time receiver and return man for their team.
Yeah, he's one of the better athletes. Only a sophomore, so he has a lot of room to develop here under Coach Hammond. As there's going to be a timeout, and we'll take a timeout with him. Stay tuned. You're watching Vype Live.
Welcome back to Vype Live. It's the Nimitz Cougars driving. Here's the snap, staying in the pocket. Goes up with it, and completion made, but a very jarring hit.
Yeah, that was a big hit. What a reception.
That was Caden Phillips coming down with it.
Yeah, Caden Phillips took a shot there. But I'm not sure if he actually was able to make a football play when he caught the football. So They're not gonna call no unnecessary roughness. They're gonna play on here.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Cougars. Quick passing play. And hauled in for a touchdown on a little slant route.
That's Keyshawn Washburn, the junior, just showing, his offseason workout, just stronger than everybody else in the secondary, able to just overpower everybody and get in the end zone.
Extra point is up and good for the Cougars, as that will extend their lead to 18. Welcome back to Vype Live. Big time touchdown for Nimitz. We'll see if the Generals can respond here, as there's 9:25 left to go in the game. And the Generals are down 18 on this homecoming night. And it's going to be a touchback here.
Now, okay, 9:25 to go here, and 75 yards to you're in the end zone. You're going to have to see McNeil drop back and really try to air it out.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. I think you have to see the Generals stay aggressive here.
But yeah, stay aggressive. And so far, I've been very impressed with McNeil, though. He's been tough and taking some shots, popping back up. Played a very productive game here for the Generals.
It's going to be a short running play here for first down. It's going to set up a 2nd and 9 here for the Generals, as the game clock keeps dwindling down, now inside 9 minutes. We have a timeout on the field, and we'll take one with them. We'll be back. Welcome back to Vype Live. We have MacArthur on a 2nd and 9. Uh-oh.
This is a disaster, Caden.
Big time miscue by MacArthur. And it's the Cougars recovering the ball off a fumble. Trying to pitch it outside left. And can't come up with it.
Yeah, Ma Bailey was able to fall on the fumble recovery, and right now, Nimitz in very good scoring position, great field position, Caden, as they're going to get this right inside their own red zone.
Not only do they have a commanding lead, but they get the ball back inside the red zone like you just mentioned. Big time momentum shift.
This can be the punctuation mark, and as Nimitz going to stamp their first district game here, they had a really good start to the season, Caden. 3-0. Played some really good opponents. Coach Hammond has his program on the right start. Oh,
Wow!
good defensive play.
Almost a big time touchdown, but
Deshaun Payne on the coverage. Intended receiver was Keelan Washburn.
that was nearly another Nimitz touchdown.
Yeah, Brown. He's only a sophomore quarterback, and his weapons are all young as well. So he has three sophomores up front with a junior. A lot of potential here for the Cougars. As he stopped for a gain of 1.
That loss in the play is going to bring up a 3rd and 11 here for Nimitz.
Yeah, Nimitz smartly right now, just taking their time, utilizing as much time on the play clock. Still 18 seconds, 7:48 to go here in the 4th quarter.
It's going to be a passing play, airing it out. And batted down. Good defense from the Generals.
Yeah, 2 dig routes in the outside corner route there for the Nimitz Cougars, and just couldn't connect on that one.
So on 4th and 11, it appears the offense, as of right now, is still staying on the field. Here's the snap. Staying in the pocket. Pressure coming. Oh! Ball nearly intercepted, but the Generals can't come down with it. It's deflected, but that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, turnover on downs there, and it's going to be a tough one to watch on film for the Cougars, and missed opportunity there. A little extracurricular in the secondary, but turnover downs will be MacArthur ball.
.7:25 left to go as MacArthur gets the ball back at their own 15. Scrambling outside
Oh, man.
for a few.
Oh,
there's the flags.
Want to keep it composed and keep it together. That was a collision there on the sideline. Both athletes trying to get it done as Neil's on the turf, and we'll be back after this.
Welcome back to Vype Live.
Yeah, Caden, as McNeil was able to walk off on his own power. You love to see that. Took a big shot at the end of the play, but we get up and walk off the field. Good signs for the Generals, and more importantly, McNeil.
Nimitz with the 18-point lead and no hurry to speed the action up.
Yeah, the Cougars the Generals offense, they're on the second string quarterback. Hatakalaki Maguata in that quarterback. It's going to be a fourth down here for the Generals. And I do apologize if we mispronounce last name of Boigati. It is punted away.
Punted away, and the Generals will watch it land at the 31.
And so far, Caden, the loss of McNeil for the Generals, that was a huge loss on that drive. Tough to see him go out. He was being evaluated by the training staff. They've been very attentive to him on the sideline. And good job here by the MacArthur staff. But that's going to be a key loss here for this offense to try to make a comeback in this game. But this is another opportunity for this Cougar offense to try to get better, get their timing back and their rhythm back, as the Generals defense have held stout here pretty much throughout this game.
It will be interesting to watch, and we do wish McNeil the best. Opening run goes nowhere. That'll bring up second down. Cougars are setting up for a 2nd and 11 here.
Yeah, 2nd 11 there. And again, Kate, they're just taking their time. Right now, 10 seconds on the play clock. And they're just going to get to the line of scrimmage here to call the play. And to a host of Cougar defenders, General defenders, they just couldn't complete that one, Kate.
Yeah, incomplete there. Good throw nonetheless, just couldn't haul it in.
And so far, 3rd and 11, Caden, and Nimitz State offense have kind of taken a step back since they went up 18.
Here's the Cougar snap. It's high, staying in the pocket. Pass completed to number 4, who just manages to get a first down. Pass completed to Kayleen Washam.
Yeah, Kayleen Washam there making a miss on the outside on the perimeter. He's been very dangerous every time they thrown his way. He's a very tough wide receiver and weapon to bring down out on the perimeter.
Nice run there for the Cougars. Gain of 9 with some nice protection.
Yep, that's Bernard Miles there. Also has a touchdown in the evening. This game's got pretty physical down the stretch. Both teams doing a good job on the defensive end.
There has been excellent defense by both sides of the field. Especially, we haven't seen a lot of big passing plays in this game, and I think that's tip of the hat to the defensive backs.
Yeah, these defensive backs have played very well here tonight. And another thing here for Nimitz, they do a running back by committee. Just a lot of running backs coming in and out. And it's going to be false start on the offense.
So the false start on the offense brings the Cougars back. And another flag on the play. Perhaps a free play. Goes nowhere. Pass incomplete. We'll see what the call is. Not quite sure what the flag is, but it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Cougars.
Yeah, 2nd and 6 here, Caden. 3:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. They are just eating away at this clock. Trying to send everyone home here tonight.
Nice rushing play by Omar Thomas,
Yeah,
moving the chains.
Omar Thomas, the junior running back, he just runs so downhill. You know, he doesn't go too much to the outside, to the either way. He just gets the football, cuts it upfield, and the physical runner for the Cougars.
Pass corralled. By Keelan Washam. That's going to bring us to 2nd and 3 with the clock draining down inside 3 minutes. Rushing play, but they do get met at the line of scrimmage, which will bring a 3rd down.
Yeah, Rashad Miles is nowhere to go that time. Tried to run behind his pass, behind his big offensive line, but good job here, but again, by the linebacking core of the Generals.
Here's a 3rd and 2 for the Cougars. And they're going to get the first down and much more. Staying on his feet for a touchdown is Javen Wright, sophomore.
Yeah, Jaden Wright dancing his way all the way to the end zone. It's homecoming night. He asks the Generals, may we have this dance. What a play.
And the point after is good. 5.
Yeah, Caden, what a run there, all the way in the end zone by Javian Wright. They do it by running back a committee. You seen Wright tonight. You seen Omar Thompson. Omar Thomas. You seen Brashard Miles. You know, everyone got in touches, and that's not including the senior running back Landon Jenkins. So 4 different running backs getting it done here for the Cougars.
It's an unselfish offense indeed.
Everybody pointing. Like, come on, what you doing? You got a little football.
It appears the Generals will get the ball around the 19-yard line. With 1 minute and 56 seconds left to go.
And for the Cougars to come in, you know, in a tough environment, homecoming night here at George Stadium, and just win the crowd, and you know, play good defense, good offense, put up 35 points against a district opening opponent. It's gonna be an impressive win here for the Cougars.
Most certainly will. Trying to keep that undefeated record intact. And appearing to do so in this one. High snap. Staying with it. Oh, throw just overthrown.
Yeah, McNeil, he felt pressure, and that ball was still catchable on the outside. That was a pretty ball he threw on the corner route.
The incompletion will bring us to 2nd and 10 for the Generals. As you would love to see their offense do something positive coming into next week, just for some momentum.
Yeah, they're starting to find momentum here. They definitely have a go-to weapon here in McNeil. The question is, anytime you see a quarterback that like to get out and just run the football a lot, it's just how sustainable, throughout the season, the hits, they tend to wear on you a little bit. But he's a tough guy. He's popped up every time here tonight, and he's been a spark in the general offense.
Generals lining up for 3rd and 4. And it's going to be a run play. Going outside for a first down. Taking it to the 42.
Yeah, McNeil, again, just so electric in the open field. He is a true athlete, playing quarterback right now for the Cougars and, the Generals.
Here's McNeil. Throwing it. Pass nearly intercepted. But this will go incomplete.
Yeah, McNeil just probably didn't see the safety and double coverage waiting on it. Dominic Rue, the senior defensive back. Cover 2-man defense here by a lot of Cougars.
And McNeil will push this ball up a couple yards, setting up a third down.
Yeah, it's time starting to tick away. 27 seconds to go in this ball game, Caden. And Nimitz going to get their first win here in district play. And as far as the Generals, it's still trying to find the momentum in their star player, you know, going to 0-4.
Absolutely. The Generals, it was a tale of two halves. They were hanging in there impressively in the first half, but just couldn't seem to get the offense together in the second half.
Yeah, it's still a building process. They're still building a roster. They're doing a good job. Players fought hard. All 4 quarters, they made the game very competitive. It's still a very competitive group here for the Generals. As Nimitz going to take this one 35-10 over the Cougars. And Kate, any final thoughts?
Nothing much. It was a pleasure calling the game with you, and I'd like to thank our audience for listening.
Thank you to our audience. Thank you, Kate. I'm J.J. Williams. Malachi bringing you all the shots. Great views here on Vype Live. We're signing off, y'all. Peace and love.